Welcome to this week's breakdown of the Flight Simulator 2024 Marketplace, where we're sorting through an unusually diverse lineup. The storefront this week spans everything from light sport tourers and quadjet classics to specialized Medevac conversions, fighter schemes and cockpit texture overhauls. To give you a clear look at what's worth your flight time, we arranged all 11 arrivals into 4 dedicated categories: full aircraft releases, specialized mission configurations, audio and cockpit upgrades, and high visibility paint kits, paint packs. Let's jump into the flight deck and inspect the details. The first one is from FSReborn. It's the TL Ultralight Sirius TL-3000. Nice thing is you can rent this aircraft. If you rent it, then you can decide if it's something for you, and then you can eventually decide to buy it. This aircraft is a high-wing carbon composite aircraft from TL Ultralight and stands the experience of more than 700 of its low-wing siblings, the Star and Sting. So we scroll down, we can see that FSReborn did add a lot of functionalities. So they added the computation fluid dynamics and a new MSFS prop physics fully implemented. Realistic flight model also tested by the real pilots. Rain and icing is included. Highly accurate 3D model. Opening doors. Full custom engine carburetor physics modeled. Full custom coded checklist. Tablet EFB can be used for operations. There's also a custom maintenance model via the EFB, which is super nice. If we scroll down, we can see more, right? Because they added 10 liveries. They recorded all the sounds. They're supporting multiple integrations, such as the GTN 750, but also the TDS. Keep in mind, for those you might need to buy something in addition to the aircraft itself. If we scroll down, or scroll up first, we can see it's used. We can see it can be used in world photographer and free flight mode. And here are some screenshots. Of course, super nice screenshots. You can see a lot of detail here. So if you love flying, let's say, smaller aircrafts, then this could be an aircraft which you could add to your, let's say, virtual hangar, and then simply give it a try yourself. Also, super nice pictures, as you can see. This is the maintenance EFB, where you can see, okay, hey, you can do something with, I would say, look like the tires. Yeah, front left tire, but also other things. So those are, I would say, as part of the EFB application. Can also see, let's say, can also kind of glide with the aircraft. And this is the system. So also a lot of additions here. So super nice. So really worth the money. And in addition to that, you will get all these nice liveries. I will not go to all of them, but you see multiple liveries are included as part of this aircraft. Then we've got the Boeing 707-320 Charlie from Microsoft on working title. This aircraft was already available for Microsoft Flight Simulator, but has been completely revamped because the original developer would say didn't, want to update it. I'm not sure about it, but there was some discussion about it. So Microsoft and working title now own the aircraft, and own the aircraft. They're simply owning now the development. Super nice aircraft. As you can see, it was introduced as the final version of the 707 line in the early 1960s. The 360C was a convertible, right? Hence the C variant, able to serve as passenger carrier or to move cargo. 337 were manufactured. Airliners which use it was Northwest, Pan Am, Air France, and Braniff. And if we scroll down, we can see what you can get. So this is the aircraft. Using multiple liveries, of course, TWA. The aircraft systems are there. You can see wear and tear in the cockpit. You can see a lot of gouges. Also during the night, it looks super nice. The TWA again. Passengers. The Boeing livery. The Pan Am livery. The Air India livery. And we can go on and on and on because there are a lot of screenshots which they've got provided. One thing which you need to keep in mind that if you want to use it in the career mode, you need to have the requirements. Because the nice thing about this aircraft is that you can use it in the career mode, as already mentioned, but also in the world photographer and free flight mode. So that's super nice. Then we've got this CRJ-NG from Virtualcol via software. One important note, which they simply call out, it's another study level. It's no real cockpit, but it includes 3 variants, the CRJ 700, 900 and 1000, and simply is for beginners and flight enthusiasts which simply want to fly for relaxed diversion in another aircraft. So things which are not included are also specifically called out. No auto throttle. It contains the glass cockpit, but not the actual to the real one. 33 liveries, full texturized in HD, resolution interior cockpit, sound based in real engines, wind flex animation, flight attendants voices. There's the tablet for beginner starter engines. And these, I would say, are the liveries which are included. So depending on the type of the aircraft, you will get different liveries. So also nice, because then you can simply give it a try. Again, not a study level, so be aware of that. If you simply look for more realism, then this aircraft might be someone or something to skip. But I think the developers really would say transparent about that. So kudos also to them to be transparent about this, so that you don't buy it and I would say be disappointed, because they called it out in their release notes. Then the last one in this category is the RZC Challenger 370 by Dream Scenery. This aircraft is a luxury performance and innovation. It's a new generation of executive aviation. This aircraft, I would say, is designed for pilots who demand both sophistication and performance. It combines elegant styling, advanced cockpit technology, and a luxurious passenger cabin to deliver an immersive private aviation experience. So what did they include? They included a lot, right? Highly detailed 3D exterior models, fully modeled, modern glass cockpit, high resolutions, dynamic interior, custom lighting, and if we scroll down, we can see some images of the aircraft itself. So this is the aircraft, including, let's say, nice systems for the pilots, including the passenger area, which is also super cool. Not sure if this aircraft really exists. I doubt, but maybe it does. If it does, then it's, I would say, I would love to fly in this one at one point. So super nice aircraft, which can be used in the world photographer and free flight mode. Then we arrived at the second group, which is the mission and airframe expansions. This includes the Kodiak 100 Medevac by Simwork Studios. This aircraft, of course, has a dependency, and you can see that I don't meet all the dependencies because you need to own the aircraft, the SWS Kodiak 100, because this is simply, I would say, an expansion pack for that aircraft. So be aware of that you don't buy this one and then be surprised. This simply adds the Medevac, which includes, I would say, the medical interior as well as the liveries which are there. In total, there are 4 liveries from the air ambulances, but has the dependency on this nice aircraft from the same developer. Then the first one in the flight deck and sound enhancements is the Airbus Helicopters H225. It's a long-range all-weather heavy-lift helicopter manufactured by the European rotorcraft company Airbus Helicopters, which is a division of, well, you can already guess it, Airbus. It has place for 2 pilots and then can take up to 28 passengers. It also comes up with multiple configurations, as you can see. It's a really nice helicopter. You can use it in career, world photographer, and free flight mode. And if we scroll down, we can see the images. For those who already own Flight Simulator, I'd say the more expensive version for a longer time. This was already available as an aircraft, but it looks like that they now opened it up for more people, so you can also buy those aircraft separately, or in this case this helicopter separately. To be honest, I didn't fly a lot with this one, but that's because I'm not really, I would say, a helicopter fan. But if you're a helicopter fan and you love to fly using multiple liveries, including multiple liveries in multiple configurations, then this is something which you could add to your bucket list. The second and last item in the flight deck and sound enhancement package is the new cockpit TBM 930 black and red from 2Pilot. You can rent it or you can buy it, and it allows you to update the cockpit of the TBM 930, and that simply allows you to, let's say, use different colors, right? Like this. It's a personal preference if you want to change your cockpit, but if you want to do it, you can do it now with this package. Then in the fourth and last group, we will find the dedicated paint and livery suites. Why are they dedicated? Because it's dedicated to one specific aircraft. In this case, for the Learjet 35A from FlySimWare, which was released last week. This allows you to apply 13 professional created liveries, representing passenger, cargo, and medevac operators. These are the ones which are included. And then you can, for example, fly using this livery or some other ones. So super nice. If you have already bought the aircraft but simply want to use a different livery, then this is, let's say, one of the packages which you could consider. Now for those who love to fly in jet fighters, there's also some good news because you might have bought the Rafale C, and in this case there are now 3 liveries available. We've got the meat liveries, the special liveries and the display liveries. So we're going to look at all 3 of them, of course. The display liveries includes these ones, and if we scroll down you can see that you can use these liveries and apply them to the Rafale C aircraft, which was released last week with a lot of noise because a lot of people were waiting for this aircraft. This is the first one, but there are 2 other ones, so let's also quickly show them. The special liveries, also for the same aircraft. This includes the Normandy Neiman 70th, 75th and 80th anniversary, the Lorraine 8th anniversary and the ESTA Chalos 10th anniversary. Again, keep in mind that you need to own the aircraft because else you can't apply this to the aircraft because it's only created for the Rafale C, again, which was released last week. So buy the aircraft and then buy the livery, not the other way around. Well, eventually it will work as soon as you buy both of them. Then the last one is the Tiger Meat liveries for the Tiger Meat 213 up till 2024. Also, this includes multiple liveries, as you can see. Scrolling back a bit. So super nice. If you have this aircraft and want to fly using a different livery, then this is a package which you could add to your marketplace. So that wraps up our rundown of this week's featured arrivals. Whether you're planning low and slow cross-country lift flights in the FSReborn Sirius TL-3000, running humanitarian routes in the Kodiak Medevac, or dressing up your Rafale C for airshow displays, there are plenty of distinct options to customize your simulator. Which of these additions are you gonna load onto your RAM first? Let me know via the comment box below and I hope to see you back next week.